Morning, just a little bit of a plant and seedling update today. The other day I planted out the Wapsipinican, I said it, tomatoes into here. They're an heirloom tomato. They're a little yellowish tomato, I suppose a mid-sized tomato. A bit smaller than a cricket ball, I suppose a baseball. Actually, probably smaller than that again actually, but anyway. They've been planted into the wicking bucket. They will be thinned down to the two strongest, and we'll see how they go. Over here I have another wicking barrel I've netted up. I actually renovated that one yesterday and turned it into the donut style ones. Down the back here, we'll start at the back. I just wanted to get that tomato name out before I stuffed it up. Down here we have some Kiwis, cucumbers, and there's some more in there underneath the pumpkin leaves. So everything's due for a neeming again to try and keep the powdery mildew at bay. I haven't seen any of the beans or the corn as of yet, so still crossing my fingers and hoping they come up soon. I bought some capsicum the other day. I bought a punnet of mixed 4 because mine didn't take, so I have one down here in bed number 3. I have 2 in bed number 2. The elder spawn sat on that one when we got into the car, so he's not doing too good. And I have another one up here in bed number 1, just behind the seedling trays. In here, I think I'm pretty much all going to call it quits on the punnets that haven't shot anything as of yet. We have the 4 Rosa Bianca and the 1 Undumpelet eggplant, so I'm just going to call it quits with those trays, empty them out and start again. These trays here I planted out last week with the Black Russian tomato. What else did I plant in there? I forget. Anyway, cumin, the Undumpelet eggplants, 2 different types of unknown eggplants. They're either a white large eggplant or a purple eggplant, one of each. I messed up the labelling when I saved those seeds. And in here, where the water's dripped and disturbed it all, we have the mini rock melon and the mini cucumbers. So, tomato Black Russian, and it was tomato something peach. Anyway, I'll put that in later. Along here we have our rainbow chard. As you can see, they're sprouting up nicely. Very nice and green. And those zucchinis will actually go into here later on today. Going to try and take that mangle there out. Here's the next victim. We're leaving this mangle up the end here to see how big it can get. Other seedlings are doing alright. The mangle wurzel in here and the purple kohlrabi is doing alright. I actually transplanted out 2 volunteer brassicas that we found around the place. One was in the strawberry barrel that I renovated yesterday, and the other was up here with the snake beans. So just give you a look at the snake beans, they're doing alright. 3 cos lettuce or romaine type lettuce I got from my mum for wicking up a couple of barrels for her. These guys, I haven't been in a clip before. These are our water chestnuts. So they were sitting under the stairs but not looking too good, so I've brought them out here in the hope that they will do a little bit better. We have shoots in 3 of the pots, but nothing in this one as of yet, so just leave them go. Some more mangle wurzel down in there. The carrots here are doing alright. I have another 4 and 5. So I actually have 10. Oh, there you go. I have 10 lettuces, other lettuces from my mum. They're just lettuces they have popping up everywhere. So pretty chuffed about that. I have some of the heirloom carrots from What's Them Doing have sprouted. And some from our own Dragon and Nance 2 mix have sprouted. None of the little ball carrots yet have sprouted. I thought they had. Unless that's one there. That's just weed. So, oh yeah, it looks like we have got a few sprouting. So, very chuffed about the carrots coming on. And the snake beans. I have transplanted out the thyme from the back garden. So, I've put one in there. And another little cutting in there that looks like it's doing alright. And that's the strawberry barrel. I renovated that yesterday and turned it into a donut barrel. So that's pretty happy with that design, I think. It's going to be rather successful. This barrel here is going to unfortunately have the kohlrabi harvested early and those plants moved out, because I really need to get Bianca's comfrey into a proper barrel. So we don't want it in the ground. Not that one anyway. That one's it's a sentimental comfrey. We've had that for quite a few years, so Bianca keeps harvesting it and making ointment out of it. So we'll try and save him, and we'll buy some more for the chooks. Speaking of which, hello chook. Hello. The broccoli's going fairly good. Oh, one thing I was very chuffed with is in here. The Romanesco broccoli starting to head up. See the spiral design on the head? So very chuffed about that. It's taken forever. I was actually thinking about pulling it and turning it into clucker-tucker, but I think we'll leave that for now. Other seedlings, nothing much really going on. I made a little cage for the native raspberries. They're coming on well. These are the other tomatoes I planted down low. Over here, the beetroot's all sprouted and all the gaps have been filled in that I'm left. And we have a galangal shoot. So very happy about that. The turmeric and the ginger haven't done anything here, but the galangals sprouted in another spice barrel I have up at the house. I asked a clip or two ago about thinning out the sunflowers, or asked for advice, and Hitman so nicely and kindly gave me some advice and suggested that I transplant them out. I had a bit of a dig around and they're pretty much well in there at this height. I should have done it when they were smaller. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep supplementing their feed, give them a bi-weekly liquid fertilizer, not a real over-the-top strong one because I don't want to pollute the bed with too much nutrients. And I'm just going to keep my eye on them, and hopefully they'll all do well as they are. And as you can see, we've got a fence there, and as they grow up I can train them to go onto the fence, and then when they get to the 2.5 meter mark, which they're supposed to do, I can train them onto the hoop. So the thyme, the majority, we had our purple collie the other day, it was very nice. The thyme has been moved out here from the back bed, and I've just let it go as it is. Tomatoes dropped. Just let it go as it is. I was going to prune it back, but I figured I took those two little clumps off and planted them out in there looking happy, so that should be alright. Other plants of note are the Jerusalem artichokes. I'm just going great guns in that barrel, they're loving it. All the dill's been harvested and I've got a head up in the bucket just to collect some more seed. Our little kaffir's coming on great, more flowers, very chuffed there. Oh, got a few little ripe Amish pace, another one coming on over the back there. Actually cooking down some tomatoes upstairs. Oh yeah, strawberry wall. I renovated the strawberry barrel, so the strawberries had to go somewhere, and they have. They've gone into the strawberry wall. It's rather crowded now. Excuse my messy underhouse in the background. Rather crowded now, but no wilt as such. We have a couple that are a bit confused and their leaves haven't turned yet, but other than that, everything's nice and happy. Some more strawberries to pick. Have a galangal in the spice barrel. These chilies are still going Burko. Nice big chilies. The potatoes, the Dutch cream in there are doing alright. I'll take you for a walk up here. Bianca's home cooked. She's been cooked the last few days. The Dutch creams. That'll be our last lot, I think. Bianca has been homesick the last few days. She's actually not very well at all, just with the flu. So I came up here earlier and found a ripe mulberry. So she had breakfast in bed, she had a mulberry. So we've had a few, we've probably taken about a dozen off here now. It's only a small tree, but you know, we're happy. The asparagus, these are the 4 crowns we bought. That weed wasn't invited. Kira's rhubarb. The cage is around this so I can put some shade cloth on it, because rhubarb I don't think will enjoy our hot weather. And this is the feral tomato patch. I noticed this morning when I walked back in, we have a whole heap of tomatoes ready to come off. So I've got some stewing upstairs at the moment, and a lot of these guys will end up in tonight's quinoa and chicken salad, and the rest will go in the fridge for sandwiches and whatever. So I seem to grow the best tomatoes when I ignore them. So it'll be interesting to see if these plants survive. You can start to see the sweet potato vine coming through. Camera just did something weird then. That's pretty much all it. If you have any questions or advice, or you just want to pick my brains on something, feel free. Yeah, so that's pretty much all it. Hope you have a great week, and I'll go see what's going on in the kitchen. Have a good one.